On the development part of the bull, we wean these bulls at 7 months of age. They come in and are put into weaning traps and placed on a Purina Impact starter. The bulls are in the weaning traps for 21 to 28 days. And then we warm them up on a Purina cattle limiter program for approximately 2 to 3 weeks. And then they're weighed on and sorted into one of these big pastures that I'm standing in right now. And they're placed on a fairly high grower to mimic a feedlot ration up to 365 days of age, when we take yearling weights, scrotal circumference, hip height, ultrasound, ribeye area, intermuscular fat, and fat thickness over the back fat and the rump fat. Once the bulls have reached the yearling time, we then take them off the hotter ration and put them in bigger pastures where they travel extensive distances, and we put them on a limit-fed ration called Purina Cattle Limiter. They eat about 1 to 1.5% of body weight of feed, and the rest is forage. This allows these bulls to grow frame, get a good foot on them, and develop a rumen that is able to handle the pasture when they get kicked out to breed your cows. So at Camp Coooley Ranch, the figured, fit, and fertile bull is all done so we can assure you of a better bull product.
Camp Coooley Ranch believes providing superior genetics to their customers is not enough. They also offer management and even marketing options. Whether the customer is a commercial cattleman or a purebred breeder, the knowledge of their professional staff helps turn ranches into more profitable ventures. 2 innovative programs are the PREP program, Producer Return Enhancement Program.
We have three different marketing options for feeder calves. The first is an outright purchase on the part of Camp Coooley. When our customer is ready to market their cattle, they can contact us directly or the feed yard that we intend to feed the cattle with. And we will go ahead and do a direct deal on the calves. The other 2 options are going to be a partnership, retained ownership, or 100% retained ownership. And here again, Camp Coooley will help the producer work through these scenarios if they're not familiar with dealing with feed yards. One of the really unique things and the most powerful things, points of the program, is the data feedback that our customers do receive. If we get your cattle bought and they come through the PREP program, you're going to get the live feed yard data, performance data on your cattle from the feed yard, as well as complete individual carcass information on the background once the cattle are done.
Craig Green is the Camp Coooley Genetic Accelerator Manager and has been involved with the Cooperator program the past 5 years. There are over 100 Camp Coooley cooperators from across the country.
And our duties with these cooperators range from helping these cattlemen mate their cattle to, in some cases, a lot of the day-to-day operations. These cattle basically come in at weaning time. We develop the bulls from weaning till yearling or until marketing. This helps us, as I mentioned earlier, for the fact that we can have more bulls in here, and it also gives our cooperators an avenue to market their bulls.
Camp Coooley Ranch's marketing and advertising manager, Jeremy Viator, shares what she feels is one of their most important services to the cattle industry.
Earlier this fall, we had the first annual Camp Coooley Ranching School. This is an opportunity for cooperators to come back and spend the day with the cattle staff. We covered everything from working cattle methods and demonstrations, tagging calves, weighing calves, all the way on to some reproductive setups as far as for heat detection, and then synchronizations as well. These type of educational activities are supported through our Allied Industry Partner Program. Our Allied Industry Partners, Purina, Fort Dodge, and AgriLand, are all cooperators or supportive in our efforts for these educational activities.
We work together on a lot of different projects, and they will come and put on programs, educational programs throughout our territory with producers in our area, and then of course we come here to the ranch and reciprocate with them on educational programs. Yeah.
About 4 years ago, we came to agreement with Camp Coooley to provide for them not only our products but also education and consultation as well. So we work with Dr. Steve Shields, who's their herd veterinarian, to help supply technical information and education for their cooperators as well as for the people who buy their bulls.
These programs will provide guidance and assistance to cattlemen. When we return, we'll learn how affiliation with a NASCAR team is helping Camp Coooley race to the lead in the cattle industry. Stay with us. Welcome back to the American Rancher. Camp Coooley Ranch has expanded their borders to ranches in Alabama and in Arkansas, where they have joined forces with Bill and Gail Davis, who are combining their success on the NASCAR circuit with success in the cattle business.
Well, I grew up, Mark Martin's very successful NASCAR driver, and his father and my father were best friends. So when we were just little kids, we'd go to the racetrack and sit in the stands, and we're big fans. And when Mark probably was 13 or 14 years old, he started his racing career, and my father and I went along as just weekend helpers, just volunteers. And loved it, always loved it. I raced some motorcycles, did a little bit of drag racing, and just loved racing. And as I matured in our trucking company and had a little bit of success, I really just was looking for a hobby, and it grew into way too big of a hobby. But we've been very fortunate. We've had a lot of great people, a lot of great sponsors, a lot of great drivers, and have really enjoyed our success that we have had. I always say that
part of the bull. 7 months. And once time, about 1% of body. To breed your figure.
Providing they also market to the customer or enhance
do a